The last days of autumn were fading, and winter was slowly settling in. In a small village called Shalikai, south of Laksham in Camilla, life moved quietly. People warmed themselves beside small fires, children ran along muddy paths, and evenings were filled with casual talk at the tea stalls. No one in the village fully understood that the country was standing at the edge of a disaster. Within days, everything would change. Peaceful daily life would turn into smoke, fire, and fear. Liaquat was 23, a college student, calm in nature, with the simple dream of becoming a teacher someday. Most mornings he would go to the college library to read, but by late February, classes had almost stopped. News of protests and clashes in Dhaka reached the village slowly through radio reports and traveling traders. Everyone sensed something was coming, but no one could imagine its scale. On the night of March 25th, Liaquat and a few other young men were sitting at a tea shop in Laksham Bazaar when a man came running out of breath. He said the army had launched a massive attack in Dhaka, killing students and teachers, burning buildings. This night is historically documented as Operation Searchlight, a military crackdown carried out by the Pakistan Army. Liaquat returned home, unable to tell his mother the full news. He only said that something bad was happening in the capital. He stayed awake all night. The air outside felt heavier than usual. Dogs barked in the distance, trains whistled, and anxious whispers floated along the road. At dawn, he saw a helicopter flying low over the fields. His heart tightened. The war felt closer. In early April, waves of refugees started arriving. This was a real historical phenomenon. Based on available data, around 10 million people fled to India during 1971, although exact numbers vary slightly from source to source. A refugee family took shelter at the village mosque, a father, mother, and a silent little boy. Their home in Mymensingh had been set on fire. The mother looked exhausted. The boy did not speak. Seeing them, something shifted inside Liaquat. A few days later, some organizers arrived in the village. They explained the situation clearly. "If we don't resist," one of them said, "no one will survive. Training camps have opened across the border. Young men are needed." That night, Liaquat made his decision. His mother cried. "If you go, I may never see you again," she whispered. Liaquat held her hand. "If we do nothing, more people will die." In May, he crossed the border into Agartala. This matches documented history. Thousands of Bangladeshi youths went to Indian training camps. The camp was simple: bamboo fences, tin sheds, a dirt ground. Indian soldiers trained them in tactics, discipline, and basic combat. It was the first time Liaquat held a rifle. His hands trembled, but within weeks, confidence began to replace fear. After about 3 weeks of training, their group was sent near the Camilla region. Their first mission was to blow up a small bridge used by enemy patrols. Such sabotage missions are historically accurate. Freedom fighters targeted roads, bridges, and supply lines. At around 1:30 a.m., they approached the bridge. The night was quiet, except for the distant sound of jackals. 2 men planted explosives while Liaquat kept watch. A truck approached. Enemy patrol. There was no time. Liaquat lit the fuse. The explosion shook the night. The truck flipped. The team retreated into darkness. The mission was successful, but it taught him how close death really was. In early April, they reached a village in Gopalganj that had recently been attacked. Burned houses, bodies covered with cloth. This kind of massacre is well documented in historical reports and human rights archives. A child's body lay beside its mother. The sight hollowed something inside him. Their commander put a hand on his shoulder. "If we stop fighting, this will never end." In August, they carried out a river operation on the Meghna. Transport boats were a key supply route for the Pakistan Army. This is historically accurate. The group moved silently in a small wooden boat.
Suddenly, a loose piece of wood made a sharp sound. A spotlight from a gunboat flashed onto them. Gunfire followed. Water splashed violently. One of their fighters fell into the river. The team escaped, but that night they lost one of their own. It shook Liaquat deeply. In September, they launched a coordinated attack on a military post near Laksham. Freedom fighters divided into 3 groups. At 4 a.m., the first explosion breached the gate. Bullets flew across the night. Smoke rose in thick columns. After nearly 30 minutes of fighting, the post fell. The victory strengthened their resolve. In October, Liaquat received a short leave. He returned to his village quietly. His mother cried when she saw him. "You are alive. That is enough." For a brief moment, it felt like peace had returned. The smell of ripe paddy, children running in the yard, the warm sunlight, everything looked like a life he once knew. But he also knew it would not last. In early December, India formally joined the war. This is historically verified. The Indo-Pak War began on December 3, 1971. The conflict in East Pakistan escalated rapidly. The enemy positions started collapsing. On December 14th, news of the killings of intellectuals, teachers, doctors, and journalists came. This is a confirmed historical event. Liaquat's college lecturers were among the victims. On the morning of December 16th, Liaquat reached the outskirts of Comilla town. Crowds filled the streets. People were crying, hugging, waving flags. Some knelt on the ground in prayer. An elderly man grabbed Liaquat's hand. "Son, today the country is free because of boys like you." Liaquat could not speak. Tears blurred his vision. After the war, life did not become easy immediately. Homes were broken, fields destroyed, families shattered. Food and medicine were scarce. This hardship after the war is widely documented in 1972 reports. Yet slowly, the country began to rebuild. A year later, a new school opened in Shalikai. Children ran across the field, laughing. Their faces were free of fear. Liaquat watched them quietly. If the people who had died could see this moment, he thought, maybe they would feel peace. A cool breeze crossed the paddy fields. The sky looked clear, bright, untouched by smoke or fire. Life was beginning again. Even after walking through flames, a new morning had arrived.
War ends, but the stories never die. If this touched your heart, stay with us. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to know this history. Your support inspires us to keep telling these truths, because remembering the past is the only way we protect our future.